Number 10.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just athletic. I mean, that's first and foremost. It's a no-brainer. Overly enthused, definitely engaged in the game. If he's on the court, you're going to hear his voice. If he's not on the court, you're still going to feel his presence. He's an anchor and in any offensive or defensive set. He's a benefit to the team in many ways. Man of just being resilient. And, I would like to start off by asking you what that motive, where does that come from?
Man, see, I come from the east side of Fort Worth, and we just breed dogs,
100%.
It ain't really too much to do east side of Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? So, you gotta be good at sports. In certain cases, you gotta make sure your grades right, you gotta make sure you know what I'm saying, an outstanding student, you feel me? And shoot, that's just how I was brought up. You gotta be a dog on the court, and you gotta be a outstanding student in the classroom.
100%, which is why the resilient part about you is a no-brainer. I would ask you about, where you're from, but likewise, I'm from the east side of Fort Worth as well. So
Yeah,
I understand where you're coming from with that, and it's first and foremost. Anytime I see somebody, if I know you or don't, and you from where I'm from, I applaud you, I salute you. I'm your biggest fan. Offer it because sometimes, especially where we from, it's not enough of that. Yeah. But I appreciate what you bring to the game. I remember first seeing your game. The first thing I noticed about you is your athleticism, and I feel like that's something that's like, it's dope to see. It's crazy, but I feel like it would cause other people to like shun out other parts of your game. Like you got a crazy jumper, you having your way inside. What do you reach down for in that bag and try to find to get your game going? What motivates, the aesthetic of your game?
But really, it's just my passion. I love the game. If it's areas I feel like I need to work at, I'm the type of guy to go, go to the gym and work out, add those areas to my game. I got youngins looking up, at me. I got kids, I got a bunch of nephews, and I just want to be that person that, you got to work out here. Ain't nothing given to us, Nobody's coming to save us.
Right.
It's up to us to, push ourselves.
Right.
I'm a firm believer, in Jesus Christ. I like the Proverbs, so a man thinketh, so is he. And, that's just how I try to live every day. I'm a good person, you feel me? I try to, try to be on my P's and Q's because
100%.
Every day is not guaranteed.
100%, 100%. And again, appreciate you for like, just that we need that positivity. We need that spirituality. We need something other than just flesh and what we can be just easily become accustomed to cling on to.
I'm big on like servant leadership. Like I'm, I might go to the gym, see a young fella, they be trash. I be trying to help them out. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like say, young fella, this how you do your level.
Let me see that.
You need any help, bro? I'm gonna be back here same day tomorrow.
Right, same
you know
day
what I'm
tomorrow.
saying? Like, cause I got a lot of siblings and stuff. But we all spread out in age. You feel me? I ain't really just had no older role model. You know what I'm saying? So I got my pops for sure.
Yeah.
Got my pops, you know what I'm saying? But that's my pops.
Right, yeah.
You feel me? So it like I try to be that older brother. You feel me? So that's pretty much how I see it.
Yeah.
And that's why I approach the game with a lot of passion because I like to be an inspiration on and off the court.
Yeah.
So
100%.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and I think you embody that well. And speaking of scriptures, my favorite is Psalms 18:39. And it says, you equip me with strength for the battle and you humble my adversaries before me. And no brainer, I think that, you embody that well. I've seen you when you step on the court, you step on like you are like, you're not paying attention to the five in front of you. You walk on the court like nobody's there, it's just you. And to see somebody approach the game like that, you obviously have some type of like, some type of meditating connection with the game. Like you can tell that you're a student of the game. You can tell that you care about the game and you're passionate about the game, which I spoke to other players about. And growing up, sometimes we get that fire, we get that passion from seeing someone else. Yeah. It could have been, I remember I hopped on 2K one time, man, and I seen a dude in like a maroon uniform, number 23. Who is that? It was Braun.
Yeah.
He was going crazy. So growing up, did you have anybody that you just kind of like looked at whose game that you modeled, or anything like that?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I always played basketball, but I didn't understand the concept of it till I got a certain age. Like, I remember my real vivid memory of basketball, I was like 7, 8, bro.
Yeah.
And Kobe just scored 81. My mama was taking me to school in the morning, and it was on the radio. And she was like, "Is Kobe that good? He scored, bro, mama, he scored 81. What are you talking about?"
Kobe Bean Bryant,
He scored 81. No
Kobe
cap.
Bean Bryant, mama.
Man, I had to. Yeah, I took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
I don't think I was passing the ball growing up. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm trying to get a bucket.
Here, palm of the hand. Yeah. I'll just explain this, that Kobe, I never get to know or get to understand anybody similar to Kobe.
Yeah.
And just, we are fortunate to be able to have had him, to share a lifetime with somebody who took the approach to the game that he took, who carried the mentality that he carried, and he was able to inspire all of us. And I'm pretty sure, I was listening to Gil's No Chill podcast, and he said something very interesting. He said, one thing that makes Kobe unique is that Kobe wasn't the most athletic guy. He wasn't the most whatever. But the way he approached the game allowed him to do divine intervention things. I was like, the unthinkable. Like dunk on people. Like rise up over 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders. You know what I mean?
Shoot behind the backboard.
Right.
Man,
so
he was locked in.
Yeah, and
love that level of focus.
We reach a certain point in our lives where we get comfortable with like expanding our skill set. When did you reach that point where you were like,
man, I ain't gonna lie to you.
What if I dunked? Like what if I put it behind the back? What if I went?
Like I've been dunking for a minute. Like I broke my neck when I was 14, trying to dunk in the game.
Wow. And
I had to really recover from that. So like, yeah, I just put in my mind, like, just be fearless. Just be fearless, like, I fear God, facts. So, anybody I step on that court against, man, it's just another day at the office. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, walking resilience, man, like I said, I know certain injuries will make, you take a hit to the confidence, you can take a hit to the self-esteem, the mental, and sometimes it's not like I know how it feels to, you go through something and then you like, will it be the same again? Will I move like this or that again? Did you ever face any, speaking of unfortunate circumstances and injuries, did you face any like injuries that it was like coming back from this is a journey?
Just my neck.
Just that.
When I was younger, I actually bounced back pretty quick. Probably
That's good.
It took me like 7, 8 months.
Wow.
I was in neck brace, things like that.
Yeah.
But man.
Yeah.
It just
goes to show your mental was the strongest part.
Man,
you
my
bounced back
mental
and then you said, "Oh, what did I learn from it?"
Yeah.
Oh, fearless. Most people look at you crazy.
Like, I love that.
But nah, it's that you can only appreciate things like that. You either appreciate it or you just don't understand it. So, it teaches a lot. It's hard to not have fear after certain things like that. Your impact on, as far as watching you at the beginning of the season, well, still the beginning of the season, granted, but first watching you and then seeing you more and progressively, your impact on the team is obviously both sides of the ball. You obviously bring a certain level of energy. What is your process when you're lined up against certain sets, certain defenses, or even situations of adversity?
Well, particular, I play off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with this team, I'm doing a lot of point guard, a lot of organizing, so pretty much I just try to get the guys involved, get them touches, because I feel like I can create my shot,
right?
Just off the athleticism alone.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's just all mental. I got to start probably like a week in advance and just say, man, these are the goals for this week. Got to get this guy looks, got to get more rebounds, got to watch more film.
Right.
I've been watching a lot of Damian Lillard because he a guard and I like the way he plays. So, I usually try to, be off the ball, combo guard, one dribble pull-ups,
100%.
slashing, that type of thing. So it's just being with this team is actually, opening up my game, showing more than what I could do, you know.
Yeah.
I'm on the little tall side, so I could
100%,
rebound, you know, I could pass, you know, and I could try to get a
combo,
bucket.
100%. Yeah. Man, speaking of just threats, man, like I spoke on a couple, it's so many, it's so much to appreciate, you know, so a couple inside the arc threats, you know, you got Ken, you got Aguda, you got Elliott, you got Shaw, yourself, and just I'm leaving out guys, but just appreciating that creativity that you offer the game, and you know, as the game goes on, your teammates can see that. Is it hard for you to make, you know, like you said, you go from one thing to another? Is that hard to make that transition, kind of like?
I mean, I want to say it's challenging.
Yeah, okay,
it's challenging.
There we go. Yeah.
You know, it's always gonna be, you know, bumps in the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, mistakes.
Yeah.
But that's what make, you know, the grind beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't explain it better.
Right.
You know, just
100%.
because how we looking now, we could look totally different next 2 weeks. You know,
right.
We just gotta put that work in. I'm a firm believer of work.
Right, work. 100%. I think the scariest thing about your game is it wasn't even what I was seeing, because like I'm like, well, if this what I'm seeing, like, well, we better lock him out of every gym. Man. We better not let him get a hold to, I don't know, some weights or anything. Yeah. He don't need, you know, I mean, everybody has room for improvement. Everybody has room for growth. But when you can look at somebody and instead of just saying, oh, wow, this is crazy, go, you know, this guy's going to be insane. Like, if you as tall as you are, if you were, I'm a firm believer that if you were even a couple feet taller, we probably would not be having a conversation right now. I probably would never have met you, probably would not even know each other. Yeah. And I feel the same way about a couple other players in the league, which makes it even more impressive on your end, because the competition that you're going against. You're going against some guys who are shorter, taller, stronger, weaker. You're facing much adversity, and your strength speaks for itself. How are you able to keep comfort and confidence with facing that? You know, you got guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure me and you can both talk about calls you may not, you know, be getting and whatnot.
Nah, I try to keep you know what I'm saying, try not to get too high, try not to get too low, try to stay in the middle, you know? So I know it comes, I've been playing basketball for a minute. I know it comes with this. You know, we're going to have some highs, we're going to have some lows, but it's all about the end outcome.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
Yeah. Can you see a shift in the game? I mean, when we played, when we was younger, we think about what we like. I mean, obviously we had a certain approach to the game. We had a certain mentality. Yeah. Whereas like, if you're out playing with your friends, or if you're playing organized, there was a certain way that offenses were ran. There was certain things that were in style. There were certain aesthetics that were in style. If you can go back to, take it to the 70s, you know, like 80s, 90s. So how have you seen the game change, and how have you been affected by the change of the game over the years, over the course of time?
Shooting. Shooting is one. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to say I'm the best shooter or, you know, anything like that, but seeing the game and how many threes are getting, you know, put up. I need to get in the gym, work on mine too. You shoot about 3-4 of them a game.
You kind of adapt that, you just like, you know what? Yeah, I appreciate a player like that, because, you know, it's nothing stopping you but you adding to your game and expanding your horizon. And I think, like I said, my point, that's the scariest thing that could possibly happen to a player like you. And I think that we're having different conversations if certain things happen within you, and you know, and that's just, you are a serious case of it is what it is. Kevin Durant is a serious case of it is what it is. Remember they asked who was that, Patrick Beverly and Lou Will in the press conference. He said, "He's Kevin Durant. We tried."
Yeah.
You know, so I think that, and I think that that's you're a serious case of that, and it's like, okay, well we got to focus on approach. How are you going to approach? And you know, I feel like every guy is not worth elbow to the mouth every drive. Every guy is not worth changing the rules because every guy's not worth it, you know? And I've seen guys, like I mentioned before, just don't care to get better, you know? And that's something that you do. And growing up, the height that obviously you're tall. Growing up, when did you hit that growth spurt, and did that affect did that first affect like you having to maybe changing position you play?
I just grew inch by inch.
Just inch by inch.
Yeah,
okay,
just inch by inch.
Because some people are like, man, there's guys you read about players, they'll go to the league and then it's 6'9", and then
my pop's 5'7".
Okay. So wow. Okay. And so how tall are you?
6'3".
6'3".
Yeah.
So yeah, you my dad height and I'm your dad height. So we just there with it. But no, 6'3", that's I mean, we talking in, depending on where you're playing position way bigger than what you used to. And then we're talking about higher up, you doing stuff that, do you find it hard to find comfort in your style of play when it comes to being in different?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do a plethora of things. Like our big man, we like the same height. So it's kind of like, you need some help rebounding, hey, get the ball to somebody else. I got you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? We not strong with the ball, coming up the court. Throw me that thing. I got us. Get us into something. Get down the court.
100%. Yeah. You can't go wrong with rebounding. You can't go wrong with saving a play. You can't go wrong with closing out a play. I think rebounding is a tone setter. I think it can save things. And, when you talk about, we discuss systems, right? Yeah. You put a certain system around certain players and it works. And I think I'm not sure if these type of conversations, find themselves happening around the league, but I think we need to start having conversations that there are players that we could start, implementing systems around. And what is your ideal offensive system for you to thrive in?
4 out, 1 in.
Oh, okay.
4 out, 1 in.
Off rip with it. 4 out, 1 in.
Yeah.
4 out, 1 in. Okay.
Get some space.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. And just to be able to, like I said, ask a player that, and that player can communicate. You can communicate to me your vision for the game. Lets me know that you have vision for the game, and it's a difference, man. When you playing the game, you playing the game with vision. Yeah. And obviously, I've seen you even on your playmaking side. If we could discuss that a little bit. The way you get your teammates involved is different. It's not typical. And it's like I said, some things you have to appreciate or you just won't understand it. And I've seen, you communicate, you understand the game, you understand what's going on, keeping up with the game, all the while having a heavy impact on the game is impressive. Talk about mental stamina, just in the things we don't see. Yeah.
I had a college coach, Coach Coleman. He put me on to this book called Chop Wood, Carry Water. I read it from time to time.
Okay.
And it's all about just, falling in love with the process of becoming great. And some things in there that, just help me mentally that I just been on since about 2023, 22. Yeah. And there's some good stuff in there. And I just mentally prepare, with the book or just off the rip of just who I am. And that's just how I contain it, That's just, it is what it is.
100%, yeah. I mean, I think, you suit up, you put your uniform on, whatever you're embodying is what you're embodying. And my introduction to you was, this guy's a-hole, but in the best way.
Yeah,
your
I get that from Kobe.
Approach to the game was, and it wasn't even like in a negative way. Like man, the passion that I was able to like just witness off rip, you intensified the game and you made it seem like you played it how it's intended on playing. And I love to touch bases on Jared's goal and purpose and the foundation, the culture of the league and players who embody that and how important that is to them, whether they know they do or not. And, transitioning from speaking on your playmaking to your scoring, you score so straightforward, so cutthroat. Yeah. This is your game. It is what it is. And we're going to just discuss your game and discuss how we survived your game is a sense of how that is. And it's not for every player. So, do you manage being the heart of the team, the heart of and as well as keeping up with the game and keeping, staying engaged? I don't think for example, being LeBron may be different from being six man.
Yeah.
You know, and you have being that team leader, being that team vet. Yeah, you know, it's more responsibility, and I feel like you're definitely a player who is, even for the team to win, you're gonna have to hold some responsibility.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be a factor, and I could see that 100%. Yeah, man. What goals do you have just personal for yourself in life? Just
in life,
any.
I just want to take care of my kids, man.
It's the biggest goal you can have.
That's really it. I just want to take care of my kids. That's it.
I feel like you can't appreciate nothing if you can't appreciate family. If you can't appreciate the
I love
things
my kids,
that
man.
Are important. Yeah.
My world.
Life, family, kids.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great thing. How has being a father, like I said, life reflects art, and art reflects life, and so many things are reflected within the things that we love to do, our passions, and how has being a father been able to just, you know, impact you and benefit you and teach you things. I'm pretty sure you've grown in ways you couldn't imagine.
Let's just say I had a baby at a young age, and I was doing the wrong things. And it took some real self-realization, you know, self-awareness to try to change the shift, you know.
100%.
Try to go the right direction, you know.
Yeah.
They literally my inspiration, my kids. Like I don't like how I put it. Like every decision I make, like I have to think about them. Like anything happen out here, I can't, you know, be a certain way towards a situation. You know, I gotta make it back home.
Always gotta think.
Always
gotta think.
I gotta feed the guys. You know what I'm saying? Them the guys.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just being more mature from, you know, from when they were younger to, you know, now. It's just like it's like growth is is I didn't plan on doing it, you know, but it was just like shoot, like having kids. I didn't plan on really having kids, especially that early, you know, but it's just, you know, some things just happen for a reason, and you know, they bless us at the end of the day.
Right. You know, I mean, biggest thing you can do for a blessing like that is just to, you know, appreciate it and just see it as that. And like I said, I'm sure there's many ways your kids have been a benefit to you and have taught you things that you didn't even think you would, you know, probably just be able to comprehend in this life. And it's a beautiful thing. I said this to previous guests that you could have said anything else. You could have said anything else. You could have used any other example, but you chose to use the example of being a father. You carry it with pride.
Yeah.
You know, you're appreciative of that. You're thankful of that. And, you know, just as someone who just live life and look at, and I observe the world, fathers are important. People are important, you know? And, you know, you embody that within your team, obviously. And, you know, someone wonders why, well, you embody that within your life. What Shay say? Everything consistent. He said everything consistent. So now he rocking one on his fingers. So, you know, when you keep it consistent enough, you know, then yeah. What are your goals and aspirations in the league this year? Like, what are you looking to accomplish?
Honestly, I just want to win games. You know, get my name out there.
Okay.
I haven't really played for real since when I graduated 2023. So yeah, I really ain't just play no up and down organized ball. You know, I tried to go overseas or whatever. You know, so this closest thing, you know, to just playing organized professionally. You feel me? So I just want to be a part of the league. That's 100%. Really it. I'm just thankful to 100% be a part of the league.
Yeah.
It's not really no goals. I just want to show up every day and, you know what I'm saying, get my name out there. You know. That's pretty much it,
Yeah, I think moving with that humility is so important. I think you moving with that, with the fire that you already have is, you know, it's hard to conquer. That's a hard thing. That's a difficult thing for certain people to be able to conquer and embody. And, you know, keeping that balance, you know, balance is so important.
Yeah.
You know, we forget balance. I seen one of my favorite fighters. He said, when we're toddlers, we're taught balance. We can't balance our walk. We can't balance our head. We can't balance anything. And somewhere along the way, we seem to stop working on balance and we forget, and we don't incorporate it in our workouts. we're too cool for. We don't incorporate it in our life. We don't think about balance enough and how important it is. And I'm like, without balance, you wouldn't be walking. You wouldn't, even crawling, you gotta know how much weight to put on what, So, and if anyone knows balance the best, it's our Creator, because He wouldn't put more on you that you couldn't bear. So I think if anything, our Creator pushes us to understand what we can balance. And, I love being able to communicate with, just like-minded people, not players, because obviously you're more than an athlete, and you can tell that just, by, just fellowshipping with you. What's the workout regimen like? Like, what's the active schedule like? Like, what do you like as far as when we're in the gym? Mm-hmm. This is we got a training session by you. We going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how are you preparing how would you prepare? Let me ask you this is better, to take it to a team in a 7-game series.
I work on my conditioning. That's for one. Work on conditioning. Just game plan.
Yeah.
Strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Try to limit mistakes. It's impossible. Try to play a perfect game.
Right.
That's how I approach that.
Yeah. You talk about series, man, and being a series guy, you get comfortable enough in the regular season, and then you go, okay, it's time to go at these guys every night. And the example you gave me surrounded consistency. You didn't say, I'm finna make sure I make this amount of shots, or, you spoke on consistency through stating that, your conditioning. Because you understand it's a marathon, it's not a race.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've had to witness, a team I love, not gonna say no names, Warriors, blow. So I'm still healing from it. But, every guy can't be, regardless if we want to talk about it, not every guy can't be a series guy. Every guy is not a series guy.
Yeah.
And it's really mostly sleepers. You think about guys that we were discussing back then that we never thought we'd be discussing. Matthew Dellavedova. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You got sleeper guys. I'm talking about Leandro Barbosa. You just got certain guys, and I spoke to another player about roles, right? And how important it is to understand that everybody can't be the star.
I had a good coach, man, a great coach, and he broke it down to us like this. This is a car, right? You need mirrors? You need an engine. You know what I'm saying? You need all that good stuff. One piece come off the car. Car don't work. Right?
Right.
That's how it is with a team.
That's how it is. Everybody can't be the steering wheel.
That's how it is with a team.
Who's gonna be the engine? Who's gonna be the wheels?
We gotta come together, man.
Yeah. There's not enough team. Team identity has went away. And I spoke to some other intelligent players about it, man. Team identities went away. You used to have like okay, with the Celtics, it was like good luck and pray. With the Pistons, it was like, okay, it's about to be a fight. With
Yeah.
What do you think happened? Because now it's more individual. It's more me, I, and a lot of things don't stick like they used to. Do you feel like team identity has faded away from the game?
Man, you could blame social media.
There we go.
You could do that, but is I always want to say, like, how I put it. I feel like it's just all about who you hoop with.
Yeah.
That when it come down to it, it's all about who you hoop with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got somebody who know the game and want to see it like this and vision it like this, it's gonna get done.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just, you just gotta me up and down the court,
it's not gonna work.
That's not good basketball. We know
Not at
that.
all.
And you could watch like real basketball. You can watch college from any level. It's the best team wins.
100%. Everybody think they had 20 points a night. Player, I might not be 20 a night, but 5 steals.
Yeah.
I can play my role. I know my job, and I think a lot of players don't take pride in playing that role. Is because it's a pride. It's like I want to be the one to take the last. I want to be the, but when winning becomes your core, you can dig down to your roots and find out who you are as a player. And when you embrace and embody that, like nowadays, I feel like we appreciate so many more in the cut guys than we do. You know what I mean? Like we appreciate now. There's a whole group for appreciating 3-point shooters, and then there's a whole group for appreciating defenders like Drew Holiday and Derek White, and you got Thibault and
my favorite sleeper is Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon?
They're my favorite sleepers.
Talk to me about Aaron. What is Aaron?
Man, he knows his role. His role is dunk spot. If you ain't in a dunk spot, you don't even need to get the ball, you need to rebound.
Right.
It's just little things like that. Like he knows this is what he's good at. This is what's gonna get him paid.
100%.
And he try to do anything else when they got somebody already doing that.
Then it's not gonna work.
That's
how you get teams like Brooklyn with Harden, Kyrie, and KD, and you look everybody dribbling past the ball, it look like a 2K game. So when you get it comes with understanding the concept of the game, understanding the idea. Now it's not rocket science all the time. Like you said, I have a role. I have a role. If my teammate is hot, okay, how can we work this system to formulate around him? What can I do? What's the best way I can do my job to, just that's something that's very important to think about. If you were to 1v1 one player, any player in his life, who would you 1v1 and why?
Man, Muggsy Bogues. I'm frying Muggsy Bogues. Muggsy Bogues, Spud Webb, anybody under 6 foot that was in the league. I
gotta ask, what dude under 6 foot either stole the ball from you?
Bro, they got to play guard my whole life. They got to play guard. They got to play guard my whole life. They got me down here.
We gotta admit
grade,
because
5'11".
while the short dudes, we was tall, but we was mad because we wasn't tall. Y'all was mad because y'all couldn't play guard.
I couldn't even get the ball, bro. I couldn't even bring the ball up the court.
I'm getting elbowed in top of my head off rebounds. I'm like, you know what? One day I'm gonna grow up. Nah, you gonna be a guard. So that's hey Muggsy. Well, you and Muggsy.
Man, I'm trying to get AI in there too. Anybody under 6 foot, just play the 12.
You just got it right.
Let's just play the 12.
You just got it.
I just want to play the 12.
Well, if you're gonna go with that, I'm gonna say KD. I know he like a whole like 2 humans taller than me.
I say that ain't even fair.
But it ain't even, you know what? You and Muggsy is not fair.
It's fair. He made the league.
Yeah.
He made the league and he not 7 foot.
So you don't think Muggsy? So it ain't gonna be what 17-5?
I'm going 12-0. I'm trying 12-0 everybody.
Muggsy?
I'm trying 12-0 everybody.
So what you gonna do with Muggsy? Just put you in the round?
Muggsy? Nah.
No.
Ain't gonna happen.
Sure.
I'm trying to 12-0 Muggsy. Like he's not going to score.
Muggsy 5'3". What about Van Vliet?
Van Vliet.
That's a little more of a challenge.
Yeah, it is a challenge.
But my height, he 5'10", 5'11". He's little.
I take him at 12
no
too.
No offense to Van Vliet, walking bucket, but
Brunson too. Anybody in that area that I just want a one-on-one all the guards.
Mm-hmm.
If you a tough guard, I just want to measure myself against.
Cassell reminds me of annoying bodyguards like Brunson.
Yeah.
Cassell reminds me of that man. That first game I see him play, bro. He was his hop steps, and I'm like, that's a guard you don't want to guard because your chest hurt because he keeps bumping. He's, you know what I mean, and then you can't leave him from the outside.
Pressure on the defense, man.
Yeah, 100%. And Johnson too. I remember I watched that game. Johnson was not weak. He wasn't quiet, but when that moment came, 5 threes in a row.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was. It wasn't even I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was just like, so I just watched the guy analyze the entire game, wait for his moment, and capitalize. Insane. You can't tell me anything about him. So, just like I said, just to see the dynamic.
But that's his role.
100%.
He's a shooter.
100%.
Knocked down.
There's so many, that's what I'm saying. There's so many guys I want to see. I know there's more too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? I know there's more too. And it's definitely interesting. I will say, your team is interesting to watch because sometimes I see like the 5 on the court and I'm like, shit kind of itching for an all-star game, ain't it? Like they got a little 5 on the court. Y'all got some firepower. I think y'all, if y'all make it work, then we're having different conversations in a couple months.
Yeah, shout out Coach Kane. You know, he been real motivational to us. You know, he got us in a group chat. You know, he tells us to get our shots up. We have to report to him every day on how many shots we get up. You know, he really pushing us to be better.
Yeah. I enjoy watching him coach. I watched him, and he was one of the only coaches I've seen engaged in the game, analyzing the things his players were doing. He allowed his players to feel like they could feel something and have a voice. His players were able to communicate with him things they saw that he may not have. And, you know, it just showcased the maturity, man, and the potential longevity of what y'all got and what y'all building. And
that's what I love about it. Because we only been around each other about a month.
Right.
3 games in.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. We only getting hotter. It's only getting bigger. It's only getting better. And I think that the most interesting thing is that it's nothing. What we're seeing is nothing. I mean, that's y'all are casual. Y'all making the game look easy, even though it's not. What parts of your game you feel like you want to strengthen? I think that's an interesting question for me because, you know, I could look at your game and almost call it complete.
I actually just want to, like, grow more in the game. Like I say, this is my first time actually being on the ball. Like, I'm coming down, you know, I can come down, but I'm coming down, I'm going to try to score, like, regularly. But, you know, I'm just trying to be, you know, lock in more mentally for the game, you know, like.
It takes a lot of maturity and responsibility to, you know.
I also coach too, so it's like I could just see things. Like when my kids are playing, then I'd be like, okay, wait, this happened at all levels of basketball, so that way I could use. So
that's the beautiful thing, man. There's so many elements to the game. There's so many elements to just this game we just simply knew as basketball, you know. And we just seen a ball. We know to put it in the rim, and now, you know. It's a business, it's entertainment. You can buy, share, own teams. You can have, you know, I mean, generate from likeness. There's so much more you can do. How do you observe the sport changing? You know, because growing up, our introduction to basketball was just play basketball, win the game, and now it's so much just learning about
it's
how
like
much
everybody got their own brand.
You know, everybody has their own brand. I mean, like you see the stories, you see, you know, you got online hoopers, you got iconic hoopers. I mean, and one is real life now. You got Hezzy God, Professor. You got
one-on-one tournaments.
Right.
It be lit out here though.
It does. Speaking of one-on-one, I want to ask you something about one-on-one.
Yeah.
Do you believe, I heard, I'm not going to say who, because it might be somebody's favorite player, and I don't have time for his fan base. But he said one-on-one is not real basketball.
It's a part of basketball, I feel like. But
okay.
It's a part of basketball. One-on-one is a part of basketball.
100%. Yeah, I mean, it is. You know, you got to appreciate it.
You got a man in front of you, that's one-on-one. You know, you got a 2-man game going. You get the screen and you got a guy in front of you, that's one-on-one, you know?
Yeah.
We just coming down. You talking about just coming down.
Yeah.
Everybody move.
Right. Clearing out.
Clear it out.
Yeah, clear it out, yeah. I mean, there's so many, it's like.
Nah, that's bad basketball. I haven't really seen.
And if we think about the things that, like the things we've lived through that have changed the game, like LaMelo's 92. Or Kobe's 81, like you mentioned. Book's 60 or 8 or whatever, he's 70. Donovan Mitchell's 70. We just talk about so many. We talk about Westbrook's triple doubles. I don't like to leave that out because when we talk about point guard, Curry's my favorite point guard. I told you he's in my top 5. But when we talk about embodying the game as a guard and as a playmaker, man, you got guys like Chris Paul and that have completely changed how I see the floor and how you can even, you know, manipulate the game. You know, guys have James Harden. You know, you've seen guys manipulate the game in a crazy way. Who do you feel like manipulates the game the most?
In today's game?
Yes.
Man, I want to say Brunson, SGA. I feel like the way they get to the line, you know, the way they create space is, you know, you really don't know where they're going, but it's out of these two.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I really feel like.
Definitely, man. And closing out, I just want to say, you mentioned a book earlier, and I know there was a book that that pretty much changed my life. It's called The 4 Agreements. And in that book, it speaks on the power of words and the power of the tongue, and how the things that we give are basically what we get. And I feel like everything you said to me, everything we got to discuss and connect on, I feel like you're gonna embody those things well. I feel like all the things, the great things that you sow are gonna come back to you, and we're gonna just be able to see the insane athlete that you are, and even more than that. And I appreciate what you bring to the game. Appreciate the creativity. Keep it going. Excited to see the rest of the season. Again, Inside the Arc podcast, and I'm here with
Tilley.
We out.
We out with it, man.